Hello, everyone. Welcome, and welcome to my new office, my new home office, my new setup. My name is Denise. Welcome to the hypergamous journey. And the reason I started this channel is because I wanted to get married and really realized that I had to focus and come up with a strategy for marriage being the end result, and dating today as a mature 63-year-old woman. Yes, I'm 63 and I don't have any children and I've never been married before. So that's why I started this channel, because I found it challenging in 2021, 3 years ago, and I really came across hypergamy in 2019 through Shira71 appearing in my YouTube feed. So when I decided that I really wanted to marry and I needed to really get out here and learn how to date, I started this channel, which was in 2021. And so 3 years in, I have had one long-term relationship that lasted a year. And I am open to meeting and dating and doing things differently. And I am strategic about how I do it. I will try a different strategy for a couple of months, maybe 6 months. I really don't know. When my spirit tells me I need to do something different, I listen and I figure out what that is. So I did a couple of videos called The Spirit of Duality, and I realized I had the spirit of duality in terms of what I wanted in a relationship and how I was showing up on my dates. I wanted marriage, but I was telling the men that I would meet that I was dating for marriage, and then others I would not mention it and said I was dating for fun, trying to figure out what was the best strategy. And then recently I just realized, just tell them what you want. And if they're interested, they'll hang around. And if they're not going to hang around, and that's that. So that's what I have done. And the sunlight is going down. So I guess I need to get closer. I use the natural light from the sun to do my videos. And excuse me, y'all, and it's getting late. So the sun is going down. So anyway, I hope that's better. So I decided that I would get rid of the spirit of duality and just say what I wanted and go for it that way and be clear up front. And so, I tell the men that I'm celibate. So if they're hanging around thinking that, they're going to get some, they're not. And they know that up front. And if they, want to hang around more and see if they can convince me and do the tricks of the trade or whatever they do to get women in bed, they can do that if they want to, but I'm not falling for the tricks of the trade, because my goal is marriage. And what I have discovered in my dating, and that I highly recommend to all women who watch this channel, stop sleeping with these men. If you got a man that you care about and you want it to lead to marriage or mating, just stop sleeping with him. You'll find out how he really feels about you. I keep saying it, and I'll say it until, I leave this earth. Stop sleeping with them. Women have the control of the dating landscape if we believe in our power. And the most potent power is between our legs. That's the potent power. But most of us are too insecure to stop sleeping with men that we care about, because we think that if we don't, they're going to get it from somewhere else. Well, they probably are. And they probably are getting it from somewhere else in addition to you. And it's the biggest and the best vetting strategy for marriage that I know, because I can ask all the questions. You can go to the marital counseling classes, but it's hard to be clear about your compatibility, chemistry, and communication with a man when you're sleeping with him, because then you start to make all kinds of excuses for his bad behavior or how he's not treating you right or mistreating you. You make excuses for it. So I got off on a tangent because what this video really is about is our belief in ourselves and a belief in our beauty as God made us. And I think I did in the spirit of duality part 1, I talked about buying these wigs based on an influencer saying that if you want to get results faster in the dating market, to buy a straight haired wig, a long straight hair wig, or a straight hair wig. But I think she said long straight hair, but I'm not really sure. But anyway, that got me going, and I bought a wig, 4 different wigs, and then I sent them all back. It just didn't feel good to me, and maybe I'm not ready for a different look, because it can be a way to have a different look and not be permanently different. So, but what I would like to talk about is the inner part of this beauty that Black women don't have for themselves. And I can relate because I was there too. And when I'm not careful, you know, it can seep in weak moments when I'm not feeling my best and all of that kind of stuff. And the thing about living alone is that you can depend on your friends for a bit about, you know, lifting you up and helping you remember how powerful, important, and beautiful you are. But most of the time, it's an inside job because they are struggling with same or similar issues themselves. So what I want to talk about is, no matter how a woman will put on hair, buy hair to disguise her own natural hair, how it grows out of her scalp, when she and puts on a wig straight, regardless of the style, there are moments, not all women, but a lot of Black women feel ugly without the straight hair. A lot of Black women feel ugly without straight wig and or weave. Let's think about that and feel that for a moment if you're a Black woman who wears those things. There are a minority of Black women who feel beautiful with their natural hair, and they feel beautiful with their straight wigs and weaves. A minority of women. So my question to you is, how do you feel when you take off your wig and you go out in public to a special event in your natural hair? How do you feel when you go to a special gala or a special event and you do not wear your wig or your weave? For myself, many years ago, in my 20s, 30s, I didn't cut my hair until my 50s. So I had hair down my back. And most of the time, because I was quite active in fitness and doing this, roller skating, ballet, modern jazz, tap. I never did tap. Modern jazz, ballet. I think I said ballet. African. That's what I wanted to say. African. And my hair wasn't relaxed. I just, wore a little, I call it a dancer's bun, pulled back and made into a bun. But there were times where I wore it braided. I just used to do it myself. I didn't have to do the extensions, but I did not feel beautiful when there was a special occasion that I wanted to go to or planned to go to. I didn't feel comfortable wearing my box braids. I felt like it was too casual for the event. And if I had braided my hair the night before and I found out by surprise that I was going to a party or like just a party, it could have been a dance party, I would take out the braids. Even though it had taken me 5 or 6 hours or longer to put them in, I was taking them out to go dancing because I didn't feel beautiful with those box braids like I did with my hair. And I said I wore it in a bun. So it wasn't even like it was pressed and or straight and long and flowing. Those were rare occasions where my mom would even do that. So yeah, but I didn't feel beautiful in the box braids or anything that showed my cultural heritage of cornrows, box braids, or any other kind of braided hairstyle that was popular at the time, which at the time it was cornrows. Remember Bo Derek in the movie 10? It was cornrows and it was box braids. And that was pretty much it as far as like braiding was concerned. But I didn't feel beautiful unless I had my hair like out in that bun or it was pressed and down, which wasn't really often. And so, you know, this is for each individual woman to decide whatever she wants to decide about her hair. But we are no different as Black women. We are no different than white women in feeling like our hair is our crown and glory, and we are judged by it. I have had so many times, you know, from a young woman or a teenager, I should say, up until when I cut my hair, and even now, that if I had your hair, especially when it was long, I had your hair, I would always have it down and out. I wouldn't have it in a bun. Why do you wear your hair in a bun? And so as a young woman, you know, I felt like compelled to say, well, it's comfortable that way. And I also drew a lot of attention when I had my hair out, which I guess I really didn't want either, along with being, you know, active, physically active, athletic-like. I didn't want, you know, to have to deal with my hair being straight, curled, and all that other stuff. And it brought a lot of attention. Is that your hair? Is that your real hair? So I didn't want that either. So what I'm saying is this. The only way society is going to accept our hair is if we accept our hair. And, you know, my hair is soft and it gets to a certain length. Like I could wear afro a little bit if I wet the ends and did a whole bunch of conniptions to it, because I did have a little afro going on. But at a certain point, it would start to flop. But nothing brings me more joy. There's this young woman called Sonia Barbie Tucker. I think she's from Nigeria. Like, very dark woman who wears this big old afro wig. Like, that's her signature thing. And she's just gorgeous. And all of her shots are in New York City, my hometown. And so that's her like signature look. Like she gets work based on that in modeling work, and she's an influencer. She's just gorgeous. And so that is it. I'm not here to like tell you what to do. It's just like something that I have been thinking about. And in my spirit of duality, it's like, if you just want to get a wig, a long straight wig, just to get it because you want a different look, fine. And to give myself that freedom to do that, but also to accept that I like my hair like this. And, you know, I'm still, you know, trying to work on this hairline thing, right? This seems to be better. But, you know, it is what it is. I'm 63 and this is what happens. Our hair thins, you know. I realized that I don't wear enough makeup on camera because I look washed out, like I don't have any on, and I do. And then when I look in the mirror in the natural sunlight, I see all the makeup that I've put on. So let's just love ourselves, you know, just love ourselves. And it's like, I love myself the way that I am. I love my uniqueness. Do you love your uniqueness? Because there's always something that's telling us that we're just not enough. And if you're a white woman watching this, it's like if your hair is brunette or dark or red, it's like red hair is not good, brunette hair is not good. And I can't tell you the number of women that just in my day, like going to the mall, white women who have dyed their hair blonde or platinum or something. It's like, because you see, the thing now is like to show a little bit of dark root. I think that's a trend, to show a little bit of dark root and then the rest is blonde. And some of the hair, you know, these women are mature. So the hair looks fried and dry, like it's time to let that go. And so they have their issues too. You know, blonde and blue-eyed is the standard for them. And now that the Kardashians are, you know, dark-haired, so now dark hair is all right. But they got big booties and stuff from Black women, and the lip fillers from Black women. So, you know, now that look is the thing, or a thing. It's a thing now. So just loving ourselves, because the women who are subscribed to this channel, who are in their 50s and 30s and 20s, one day you're going to be my age, 60. And take care of your hair, even if you're doing wigs and weaves and stuff like that. You know, take care of your edges, let your hair breathe, you know, start little by little, speaking love to your hair and your scalp and massaging it and just really taking care of it. Because when wig and weave first came out, I don't know, 10, 15, 20 years ago, you know, people were just gluing it down, and now they don't have edges or sides. And then, you know, it's just a spiraling cycle, It's a cycle of, you know, not loving yourself. And then when your hair falls out, your crown and your glory, when it falls out, or you lose it because of, you know, the glue and the stuff, that it's so painful for me to watch those YouTube videos. And so these people basically don't have any, you know, 3 or 4 or 5 inches of hair that's lost around the edge. And now they must have hair applied and glued on and stuff like that. And you know, start little by little, you know, not wearing the wig and the weave. So you'll have a day of wig, or a week of wig or weave, and then a week of wearing your natural hair and trying to get adjusted to it and letting it grow out. And one of our biggest challenges too is, like, if we cut all the relaxer out, then we have a small amount of hair, teeny weeny afro, and we don't feel beautiful in that hairstyle. And so what I say is, put on some makeup every day, lashes, whatever, you know, get you some hoop earrings, get you some really good, nice outfits, and rock it and walk with your head high, you know, like your chin up. And speaking love to yourself when you look in the mirror. You know, mirror work, they call it. I love you, you're beautiful, whatever it is. And maybe this video is more about self-love than anything. So that's all I have to say about that. That has been pressing on me because of my spirit of duality regarding hair and the European standard of beauty that's forced on everyone who comes to America. I think it's around the globe. Women in Africa, you know, I see these movies. I said I was gonna close out. I see these movies on Netflix, you know, African movies, and pretty much every woman has on a weave or a wig. So this standard of beauty, European standard of beauty, is global. It's global. And even people who have straight hair and their skin is dark, they want to whiten it or lighten it. So people with dark eyes and straight hair and light skin, they want to wear contacts to make their eyes lighter. It's exhausting. It's exhausting. It's exhausting. Don't forget, check out the join button for my membership. Merchandise is right below. The Affirmation Journals, one right here, Paint My World in Color, is on Amazon. And last, the dating guide is free contact me at thehypergamous.journey@gmail.com and I will send you a copy right away. That's it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and click on the notification bell. Bye.